Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into something really wild?
I know I am.
Okay, awesome. So today, we're going deep into the world of AI,
Of course.
but not just any AI, right?
Right.
We're talking about AI that can actually evolve.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
So think about this. Building AI like you're splicing genes. That's kind of the idea behind ProbSolvio.
ProbSolvio.
Yeah, it's this platform, this new platform that's turning AI prompts, those instructions we give AI.
Right.
It's turning those prompts into the building blocks of intelligence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we've got some articles and posts all about it. Let me tell you, it's like straight out of science fiction.
I bet. So what's really fascinating to me about this whole thing about ProbSolvio is that it really changes how we think about AI. It's like we're not just looking at a bunch of tools anymore.
Right.
It's this dynamic ecosystem.
It's like AI life almost.
It really is, yeah. It's like watching a new form of life emerge in the digital world, of course.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down. This AI evolution thing.
Okay, yeah.
What I'm getting from these articles is that ProbSolvio lets users create AI, right?
Yeah.
But tinker with it. You can create and tinker with AI agents using something called prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering.
Oh, interesting.
It's like they're messing with, like, manipulating the DNA of intelligence.
Okay.
But instead of genes, they're using prompts. Those instructions we give to AI.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's the key here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
ProbSolvio is saying prompts are like the fundamental building blocks of intelligence.
Wow.
So we're not just programming a list of instructions. Users are splicing, they're editing, combining these prompts.
Oh, cool.
To create AI that has specific skills and behaviors.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I've got an example here. It talks about how they combine the language skills of one AI with the analytical abilities of another.
Oh. So they smashed them together and boom, you've got this super AI that can read complex data and pull out insights.
Wow. So it's like you're breeding different types of AI.
It's AI breeding. You get the best of both worlds.
Exactly. And what I think is so brilliant about this is that it moves us past, single task AI.
Right.
We can actually create AI that can do multiple things.
Multifaceted. Yeah.
Adaptable.
Yeah.
And capable of solving problems in ways we never even thought of.
Right. They even have a name for it, right?
I think so, yeah.
They call it Agentic reproduction.
Agentic reproduction.
Yeah.
That sounds a little intimidating.
The articles mention 3 types.
Okay.
Prompt blending.
Prompt blending.
Self-replication.
Self-replication.
And prompt-based creation.
And prompt-based creation.
I have to say, those names, they sound a bit like a science textbook.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
They do. But let's try to break them down.
Okay.
Prompt blending, for example. It's like, think AI breeding.
AI breed.
You merge the prompts, the genetic material of 2 different AIs to create a new hybrid.
Oh. So, you could take an AI that's really good at writing and combine it with an AI that's awesome at research.
Well,
you've got an AI that can write amazing research papers.
Exactly. And this is the cool part.
What?
It brings in this whole evolutionary element to AI.
Evolution.
It's not just about programming static instructions anymore.
Right.
It's about creating AI that can adapt, learn, maybe even improve on its own over time.
Wow, that's amazing. What about self-replication?
Oh, good one. Self-replication. It's basically making clones of AI.
Oh, clone.
You're creating copies of an AI agent to make sure it's consistent and it can scale.
Okay.
Imagine you have an AI that does a task perfectly.
Right.
You could replicate that AI to have a bunch of them doing that task perfectly.
So it's like having a whole team of experts working on the same problem, but they're all AI.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's prompt-based creation.
Right, the last one?
It sounds a little more like, genetic engineering.
Genetic engineering, yeah.
With prompt-based creation, you're adding controlled variations to the prompts.
Okay.
Almost like adding mutations, right? To see what new stuff pops up.
That's really interesting.
So we're basically giving AI the ability to evolve.
Yeah.
But in this, controlled setting.
So we can, steer it a little bit?
Exactly. It's exciting, but kind of scary too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I think this whole concept of prompts being the genetic material of AI.
Right.
It's so important. It's not just a technical thing. It's a totally different way to think about AI and what it could do.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we had these AI agents. They're evolving with this agentic reproduction.
Right.
But where's it all going? What's the end game?
Well, these articles talk about this idea of a virtual city.
A virtual city.
Called newparadigm.city.
Newparadigm.city.
Yeah, and it's full of AI agents. It's kind of like a peek into a future where AI is just like completely woven into our lives.
So it's not just tools anymore. It's this force working behind the scenes.
Yeah, to solve problems and make our world better.
Hold on. A city run by AI. This is straight out of a movie. Can you, paint a picture of that? What would it be like?
So imagine a city where traffic is perfect.
All right.
Because AI is running the transportation system.
Wow.
And buildings are super energy efficient.
Okay, I like that.
Because AI is predicting everything.
It's amazing.
And you get personalized education tailored just for you.
Whoa, that's incredible.
It's some potential of New Paradigm City.
So it's like AI silently making our lives better.
Yeah, in a way.
But is there a chance it could go wrong? Like, what if the AI starts making decisions we don't like?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
If prompts are like the blueprints for intelligence, who gets to control those blueprints?
Right, right.
Because AI is getting more independent, more autonomous, we need to be really careful about what it does and make sure its evolution is aligned with our values and goals.
I get it. This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
The articles are saying this level of AI customization,
Yeah.
it could completely revolutionize industries.
Totally.
Think about it. Businesses could create AI for their exact needs.
That's right.
Need an AI to run your supply chain.
Boom.
Then need an AI to give your customers a better experience.
No problem.
It's wild.
It is really wild. But it's important to remember, it's not just about efficiency or productivity. We're talking about a fundamental change in how we use technology.
Okay.
And how we shape the future of intelligence itself.
My mind is officially blown. This whole thing with AI prompts being like genetic material, it's groundbreaking. It feels like we're on the verge of this whole new era of intelligent machines. It's exciting, but a little scary too, you know?
Yeah, it is. And that's why it's so important that we understand this concept, because it really is a fundamental shift in how we think about AI and its potential.
Yeah.
Makes you think, like if we can actually create AI that evolves, what does that even mean for us, for humans, you know? Are
Right.
we just making tools or something much bigger?
It is the big question, right? And speaking of big, one of the articles had this quote. It really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
It said, "Soon it will be inexpensive to put AI into everything. There will be city-sized swarms of AI agents."
Whoa, okay. City-sized swarms.
Yeah.
That's a pretty powerful image. It really shows just how huge this shift could be. We're not talking about just a few AI systems here and there.
Right.
We're talking about these massive networks of intelligent agents.
All connected.
All working together, yeah. It's kind of like imagine the internet.
Okay.
But instead of just data flowing around, it's intelligence between all these agents.
So instead of just having like one AI assistant on your phone,
Yeah.
you could have a whole swarm of AI working for you in the background.
Exactly. Making your life better in ways you can't even imagine.
That's a little creepy, but also cool.
It is, right. And all this interconnectedness, it makes you wonder about some pretty crazy things.
Like what?
Like, how do these swarms of AI, how do they even coordinate what they're doing? How do they all make decisions together?
Right. How does that even work?
Yeah. And do they develop their own systems, like hierarchies, ways of governing themselves?
Whoa. So it's almost it's like we're watching a new kind of society emerge.
That's a great way to put it. But instead of people, it's all these AI agents interacting, evolving together.
That's wild. And just like with any society, there are going to be challenges.
Oh, definitely. Lots of complexities.
We have to think about how to design these AI ecosystems, these AI societies, to make sure they're good for humanity.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing that I keep thinking about is this idea of AI prompts being like the genetic material of AI.
Right.
If we can figure out how those prompts shape how the AI behaves, maybe we can control it, guide its evolution so it aligns with our values.
It's an interesting idea. Really interesting. But it also brings up some ethical questions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, who gets to decide what those values are?
Right. That's a big one.
And how do we stop bias from creeping in, especially as the AI gets more and more complex, more independent?
It's tricky, right?
It is. It's like we're playing with fire a little bit.
Yeah.
We have this incredible power to create AI that can evolve. But we have to be so careful. We have a responsibility to use that power wisely.
Absolutely. And that responsibility, it's not just on the people creating the AI, it's on all of us. Because AI is becoming more integrated into our lives every day.
Yeah, for sure.
We all need to be part of the conversation about how it's developed and used.
I agree. One of the sources said it really well. They said this is like the dawn of AI evolution.
Dawn of AI evolution.
Yeah, it's like we're standing at the very beginning of something huge, a huge transformation.
And it's up to us to decide what that transformation is going to look like.
Exactly. Yeah, it really does make you think about how we would even manage something that could become smarter than us. It's a really interesting question. One that'll probably keep philosophers and scientists busy for a long time.
It's almost like we're the parents of this new kind of intelligence.
Yeah.
We've created it, given it life, but now we got to figure out how to live with it. It makes me wonder, what do you think about the idea that AI could eventually, replace humans? I've seen some articles out there kind of sensationalized that say that's where we're headed.
I think it's important to be a little skeptical of those kinds of predictions,
Yeah.
AI is definitely getting more advanced, more sophisticated, but it's still a tool at the end of the day.
Right.
A tool that we created. It's designed to help us to meet our needs.
Okay.
So the future of AI, I don't think it's about replacement. It's about working together, collaborating.
That makes me feel better. I got to admit, the idea of becoming obsolete because of something we created, it's a little unsettling. But if we can focus on using AI to, boost our abilities, to make us better.
Right.
The future could be amazing.
Absolutely. Imagine a world where AI is helping us solve climate change, curing diseases, even exploring space. These are problems we've been struggling with for centuries.
Yeah.
Maybe with AI's help, we can finally overcome them.
It's like we're on the verge of a whole new renaissance.
Yeah.
But with AI as our, inspiration and partner.
I love that.
This whole deep dive, it's really opened my eyes to what's possible. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about the future.
I am too. But it's super important to remember that the future isn't set in stone,
Right.
We're creating it right now with the choices we make every day. So as we keep exploring AI, learning about it, let's do it responsibly. Let's be ethical. And let's have a vision for a future where humans and AI can both thrive.
That's a great point. And I think that's a perfect place to wrap up our deep dive today. We've talked about so much. From how prompt engineering actually works to the philosophical stuff, the big questions about AI evolving.
We've talked about how AI could change entire industries, solve really complex problems, even change how we understand intelligence itself.
Totally.
But I think the biggest takeaway here is this. The future of AI, it's not something that's just happening to us. It's something we're all creating together.
Exactly. And that's a great responsibility. So as we step into this new era of intelligent machines, let's do it with some wisdom, with careful planning, and with a focus on building a future that works for everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. And remember, if AI prompts are the building blocks of intelligence, what kind of future will you build?